If you drive a Tesla, you might end up in jail. A Tesla driver just got charged with vehicular manslaughter over fatal autopilot crash. California prosecutors have charged a man with 2 counts of vehicular manslaughter after he ran a red light in autopilot and T-boned a Honda Civic. Tesla Autopilot is a feature that is still in beta mode, and you're supposed to have both of your hands in the steering wheel and paying full attention to the road. This Tesla owner named Kevin George Aziz Riyadh was probably not paying full attention and then crashed his Tesla. There's also a safety feature with basic autopilot, so even if you don't have full self-driving, if you were about to run a red light or if you were about to run a stop sign, the Tesla will notify you. The police report says that the Tesla was moving at really high speeds as it was in a freeway, and then it exited a freeway and ran the red light. There were 2 people in the Honda Civic, Maria and Gilberto, who passed away in the scene. The Tesla Model S driver Riyadh and a passenger in the vehicle was both hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries. NHTSA has also reported that the car was on autopilot when it ran the red light. Tesla, after this incident, has also made it harder for people to abuse this autopilot feature or full self-driving feature. Now, moving on to a news that is not as sad but still pretty bad. A Model 3 owner just got delivered a Tesla without a brake pad. A brand new Tesla owner named April Gilmore picked up a brand new Tesla in December. After she got delivery, she heard some weird noises coming from the rear wheel of the car. She said it was making a weird scraping sound, and she booked a Tesla service as soon as possible. When April contacted the Tesla service center, as usual, Tesla service is so backed up that there wasn't any service appointment available 3 weeks from that day. However, though, after she reached out to Tesla, on the following day, Tesla reached out to April again, asking April to send a video of that issue. Now, most of the time when you book a service appointment, Tesla does try and fix it remotely, but if they can't, that's when they ask you to come in. So April sent out a video to Tesla on the scraping sound that was coming from the rear wheel of the car. So to her surprise, the service rep got back to her and said that that was totally normal and nothing was wrong with the vehicle. After getting this absurd reply from the Tesla service rep and April knowing that there's definitely something wrong with the Tesla, she took it to a mechanic, and when they took off the wheel of the Tesla, they saw that the brake pads were missing. After all of this, she later tweeted out that if you're ever considering buying a Tesla, make sure you're prepared for the worst customer service experience ever. Once you drive off the lot, they do not care, even if the issue you're having is 100% their fault. So by now, everyone knows this Tesla service isn't really the best. Even though personally, the Tesla employees that I have dealt with, the Tesla service technicians in Winnipeg, they've been great. They have always fixed whatever issue that I had with my car. But I've seen too many reviews online of people having bad experiences with Tesla service. Sometimes the experience of fixing the car isn't necessarily bad, it's having to reach service that is the worst. Up next, I want to talk about the Rivian R1T electric truck again this week. There's an 18-minute video online blowing up about this owner basically just loving the car. In the past, we've only seen Tesla owners do this because Tesla's owners, most of the time when they get their cars and the Tesla is okay, and that's most of the time, unlike the story that I covered a minute ago, but most of the time when the Tesla that you get delivered is good, you share it online, you share it with your friends and family, you're just generally happy about your ownership of the Tesla. The same thing, I came across this video as well. This owner is just immensely happy with owning the Rivian car, and he has an 18-minute video explaining how good it is. I've also covered another story about the Rivian last week in my video of how the Rivian R1T is getting over-the-air software updates and improving over time, just like Tesla's. It's nice to see 1 or 2 car manufacturers understanding what over-the-air software updates and improving the car over time, what value that creates to customers. Up next, if you were thinking about buying a Tesla or any electric vehicle and you wanted a home charger, there's a new top-rated EV charger that you can buy that is also cheap and also Canadian made. It's called Grizzly Classic. This is what it looks like. So the Grizzly Classic is almost half the price of the Tesla wall connector while delivering almost the same amount of power. So the Tesla wall connector can almost give you about 12 kilowatts of energy, but that is if you have like a Model S or a dual motor Tesla. But if you have a standard range Tesla, the highest that you can take is around 32 amps. So you don't really need to buy a Tesla wall connector if you were planning on buying a standard range or base model Tesla Model 3. But if you were to buy a dual motor Tesla, this charger would probably charge your Tesla in 5 hours, where a Tesla wall connector would charge your Tesla in like 4 hours. It gives you almost the same amount of energy while being half the cost. And also, this video is not sponsored by them. It's just nice to see an electric vehicle charging station that doesn't cost like $1,500 $2,500 to $2,000 to $3,000. It's also water resistant, has most of the features that the wall connector has, and also it's rated for -30, so it would work in Canada. And the last news segment that I wanted to cover today, and an update from last week. A lot of Tesla owners with the heat pumps were having issues with their Tesla last week. The HVAC system would completely fail and heating would completely turn off, especially for climates where it can get as low as -30 to 40, and it can be deadly sometimes if you're in the middle of nowhere. There was also an official investigation started to look into this issue because, again, like I said, it can turn out to be deadly if you're in the middle of nowhere and the heat just completely fails on you. But I don't think this investigation is going to last long because Tesla just rolled out a new software update that is going to address this issue. My friend with the Tesla Model 3 with the heat pump did face this issue, but with the update I was told that this issue has now been resolved and the heat and the HVAC system is back to normal. So that's all the news that I wanted to cover in this video. I do have small bits of news like I always do at the end of all my news segments. Number one, a study finds that hybrids or internal combustion engine vehicles are more likely to catch fire than electric vehicles. So if someone ever came to you and said, oh, like EVs catch fire, I don't want to buy an EV, they're too dangerous, show them this study and show them this statistics, because internal combustion engine vehicles are more likely to catch on fire. Number two, Elon Musk has announced that FSD beta has not gotten into one single accident after it was launched in October 2020. So people have been beta testing the Tesla Model 3 for 1 full year, and no one has gotten into a single accident. There has been a couple of fender benders and also people scratching their rims because the full self-driving didn't really recognize the curb. But other than that, I haven't really received any news where the Tesla, while it was in full self-driving, got into a crash. Number three, and this also relates to number two as well, after Elon Musk tweeted out that there has been no crash with the Tesla full self-driving, he also announced after that he'll be increasing the full self-driving price from $10,000 to now almost over $12,000. Now, like I said in all of my videos, and most Tesla owners know this as well, don't get the full self-driving. $12,000 is just simply too much. I might be wrong here. Maybe in the future when robotaxis are active and you can make money off of your Tesla. But right now, $12,000 is just too much for just a couple of gimmicks, and with full self-driving still not available in places like Canada and Norway, I just don't think it's worth it. And also, after his announcement of the price increasing from $10,000 to $12,000, the subscription price weirdly did not increase. So my take on this is, if you really want Tesla full self-driving, just buy the subscription for a couple of months. You can cancel anytime you want and see if it's nice. And after that, if you really fall in love with Tesla FSD, then you can think about buying for $12,000. Number four, after Tesla upgraded its infotainment system to the AMD Ryzen, it is negatively impacting the battery because this CPU consumes more energy than the Intel CPU that was there before. But again, this is not a big amount. It's just a couple of miles extra. You'll probably never notice this. It's only about 3.6% extra charge that it takes from the battery. And at number five, and the last little news that I have for you guys today, is that Koenigsegg, the supercar maker, is making carbon fiber parts for Tesla. So Koenigsegg, the hypercar manufacturer, okay, correction, they're not building supercars, hypercars. They're now building aero parts for their Tesla. This relationship with the hypercar manufacturer apparently began secretly in private in 2021. Now they're making high-end aftermarket performance additions to the Tesla. So that's all I had for this week's news. Thank you all for tuning in, and let me know if I missed anything down in the comment section. Thanks for subscribing. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. Goodbye.